And when I mentioned that both of these teams are kind of coming into this game hot, especially Amador, they're coming in the last 3 games. They've had victories of 7-1, 8-0, and 9-0. I mean, it sounds like a baseball score with some good pitching, but instead it's a solid offensive performance and a solid defensive performance, and they're putting it together.
That's a game at Coors Field, huh?
Yeah, a little Coors Field high-altitude action.
Capital Christian is in the blue there, streaking towards the right side of your screen. Amador, the Buffaloes, are going to be going towards the left. They are in white. Natalie Allen had possession for the Cougars. That one gets away from her, though. Throwing it in white is going to be number 21, Shania Bennett. Or Shania Bennett, excuse me. Cougars have possession of it now. They go up near the far side of the screen. That ball is going to roll away and continue to roll. First half of play here, just getting underway.
And you mentioned number 4, Madison Ostergaard for Amador, going to Seattle next year at the school Highline. Coach said she can play up front or in the middle. Today she's playing in the middle. And that's really that quarterback position where she does stuff like that, you know, sending that ball onto the foot of her strikers and really distributing the ball from the middle. That's really her specialty, and that's why she's going to play soccer next year.
Yeah, it's a very important position on the field. We saw Ashley Klein. She's the goalkeeper for the Cougars. Good boot from her. Going to go back and forth here in the middle of the field. Both teams trying to take possession. Going to go back to the Buffalo defense. And they're going to get a chance here if they can set this one up. Getting in the way, though, was Gabby Rodarte. It's going to go back to Ostergaard right now, though. She's going to send it back to her own defense. Have to go to the far side. It's going to be picked up, though, by the Cougars. Lost it, though. Some players going down on the field. A little bit of contact here early. Nothing illegal, though. Looks like they're going to be setting up at the far side. Becca Long had it. It's going to be sent back, though. On the far side, right along the line. It's going to cut back the other way, though. If she can get there, it's going to be a chance. It's going to go out of her reach, though. That was Canessa Lewis on Capital Christian. Picked away, though. She's got a chance. She's going to pick up a lot of speed here. She's looking for someone to pass to. Gets the outlet right into the middle of the field. Goes all the way to the keeper. A bit of a weak kick. That was Catrice Brown on Amador, who had that great play to pick it off and run down the field with it. Goes back the other way, though. I think they're going to call that one out of bounds.
A lot of early action here, going back and forth down the field. Kind of happens a lot in these championship games. Everybody's excited. This is the one you've been playing for all year, and we're seeing it today. These two teams coming out firing from one end of the field to the other, and you've got to imagine they can't handle this pace for the whole game. So you look for both these teams to kind of settle down a little bit and play a little more, not conservatively, but a little more controlled, so they can actually save up that energy instead of sprinting back and forth across the field.
And there's definitely that element of feeling each other out early on, especially when it's two teams like this who don't really see each other all that often.
Right.
They're still trying to get a read on what the other one, how they're going to play. So I think we're seeing a little bit of that here, too. You see those longer, streakier plays before they really settle in.
Yep, definitely. Good call.
36 minutes left on that big clock to our right. Still no score in this game. You saw an exciting Division 7 matchup just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, two other good teams that faced off. Started at 10 o'clock this morning. Fun game to watch, fun game to call, and we've got another one here.
This one is showing a lot of promise, too, especially when these teams start heating it up here and get settled in. Looks like they're going to be kicking it from the corner, so a good opportunity early on for Capital Christian. They opt not to swing it deep towards the net, though, and set up a play. Keeper's going to come out and get that one. That's Cassidy Donaldson. She's the junior on Amador.
Good job by Donaldson coming out off of her line. A lot of keepers don't like to come too far outside of that goal off the line, but when they do, if you can play like that, and she's not a short girl either. She's very tall. I'm gonna guess she's about 5'10", a little taller. That's what you like your keeper to be, a little longer, a little more body to get in the way of that ball. And so far, so good on both these keepers. Ashley Klein and Cassie Donaldson just doing a good job being solid.
You like them to have that long reach so they can stretch out those arms.
Right.
Goes into the defensive zone. Oh, that is right up in the head. She looks okay, though. I think that is Elena Erickson on Amador. Just kind of wrong place, wrong time scenario right there.
Yeah, it's always a tough one. It's like when you're in a little scuffle and you catch a southpaw right to the jaw. You can see her kind of rubbing her jaw. She'll come out. She's a little dizzy there. Get a little water, take a second. Hopefully she can get back in there.
They'll bring in Alyssa Holmes, the freshman, to replace her. I think the ref ruled that she needed to be swapped out there.
And that's something you don't see a whole lot. We saw one freshman in the game earlier come in for a few minutes, and when you're a freshman making an impact on a varsity level, that's pretty impressive.
That certainly is. Ball's up in the air quite a bit over here. Now we have an opportunity on the outside. She's kind of pinned in a bad spot, though. That's Catrice Brown. She's looking for an outlet to cross into the middle here. Too much pressure on her defensively. That's going to roll out.
Cougars' Brenna Lombardi playing some defense there on Catrice Brown. That'll be a matchup that'll be fun to watch all day.
Garcia pokes it away. She's going to have a chance here. Goes to Ostergaard. She goes to the far side. Picked off, though, by the defense. Back centered into the middle, though. Actually go back to the defense of the Buffaloes. Tried to set up something there. Ostergaard did. Nothing coming up, though. The defense of the Cougars being pretty stifling there early on. They have another chance here, though, do the Buffaloes. It goes to the far side, crosses through right to the middle, booted away. It's going to go right back the other way. Foot race now to get to that one. It looks like the defense of the Buffaloes is going to be there in time, though. That was Canessa Lewis chasing after that one. She managed to pick it off, though. Trying to set up a play. She has a chance if she can get that one over too high, though, for the cross. There's Ostergaard. Couldn't get around that player. Shut down by Natalie Allen once again. She's been strong playing on the defensive half of the ball. 32 minutes left on the clock. Still nothing in this Division 6 championship game.
Yeah, a lot of high-powered, kind of high-octane game as we start here. Just back and forth. They really haven't slowed down yet. Still trying to feel each other out. Almost 10 minutes into this one. And we're going to get some fresh legs for Amador High School.
It looks like Becker is coming in. Lebanco is coming out.
And you got to like to see that. I know it's out of frame right now, but Lebanco's over here, and the head coach is talking to her. Just nothing bad, obviously, but he noticed something that she could do to improve her game, and just giving her a little heads up. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Peterson says, grab some water real quick. Watch in these opportunities when you can do kind of what I'm showing you, and then from there she's going to go back in a few minutes. I wouldn't doubt it.
Just a technical adjustment there. A couple players go up to make a head on that one. It ends up going about chest high. Goes back, though. It is picked off by Amador. Just a lot of back and forth play in this one, John Henry. It's hard to tell who's going which way at what time. 30 and a half minutes, though, left on the clock.
You're right. If one of these teams can kind of settle this pace of play down and play more of a possession kind of build up, kind of game, which I know both these teams like to do. That's where they're going to find more success, get their numbers forward instead of just sending strikers and outside midfielders left and right.
Goalkeeper's kick goes out of bounds. So tossing back in is the Cougars.
And here Coach Peterson, he just said, get the ball moving, and that's exactly what I was just talking about. Get that ball on the ground and start moving it around. Make the Cougars kind of start running and chasing that ball. Make them defend you, tire them out, and have that build-up where you can move forward slowly instead of these big, long balls up the field. Like that.
Long kick. Easily picked up by the Cougars defense, though. That's Lombardi that gets it. She was contested, though, by Alyssa Holmes.
Yeah, and Holmes almost got that to bounce her way, and there was nobody between her and the keeper. She would have been off to the races.
No big breaks yet for either team. I think both waiting to sort of come out of their shells here. Like we mentioned, they have not yet faced each other this season, Capital Christian or Amador. So this is the first matchup between these two squads. "28 minutes, about 45 seconds. Still first half, plenty of soccer action left here. Girls Division 6 up in the Sac-Joaquin section. Ball having trouble staying in bounds. We are in the defensive territory of Amador. Buffaloes look like they're going to get it out now if they can set this one up. Chance at it. It's a fight over there between Catrice Brown, and she comes up with it. She was challenged by Rodarte. Then she's brought down by another player on Capital Christian. Looks like it was Kiara Houston who ended up getting the best of her on that play.
And that's one of the best opportunities that we've seen, and it goes for Amador High School. Pushing down that field, a lot of pressure, a lot of hustle, and couldn't quite get a shot off, but that's what they're working towards.
It was misplayed by Smalley on the defensive end of Amador, though. Didn't look like it cost them too much. Chance now, that's going to go as a shot on goal, I'd say.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good opportunity, a longer kick, probably from about 27, 28-yard line.
And that's Paige Florio stepping up and taking that rib from afar. Gotta like to see that. We saw it earlier in the previous game, and it's so successful. Not only when it goes in the goal, but when it forces the defense to step out and contest that shot, then all of a sudden it opens up a lane here or there for a through ball into an on-running striker outside midfielder who then they've got an easy shot on goal.
Yeah, that's the benefit of that, is that it really opens up the field a little bit if you're taking chances from areas that you don't really expect to see that often, but it really adds a whole new dynamic to the offense.
Right.
And it can catch the defense off guard.
Big long throw from the Buffaloes. And still just kind of back and forth between the 30-yard lines if you're looking at the football field.
I like having the benefit of seeing the yard markers out there.
Yeah, it gives you kind of a good mental map, an actual map actually, on where we are on the field.
Chance now for the Buffaloes. Shot taken back to the outside. A shot got blocked. That was Jessica Becker. Crossing back over to the middle. I think Buffaloes are going to come up with this one again. It's poked away. Oh, and she comes back up with a good move there. Catrice Brown, she's been a force on the near side of the field as a forward.
I was just going to say, she's been all over the place, and she's asking for her coach for a rest because she's been leaving it all out there, 100%.
Looks like it's going to come back to her, though. No rest for the weary. Crossed over, good pass right to the middle of the field. Cougars an opportunity to set up here. Streaking in the back is Rodarte. She's got it on the near side. It's going to be a foot race. See if she can keep that one in, and that will roll out. So Becker's going to throw this one back in. It's like no one there, though, so Rodarte, oh, that one's poked away from her. See if she can get it to her comrade on the field, Florio.
Good ball.
Here's an opportunity on the far side. Shot on goal. And that one is swept up into Donaldson's awaiting arms.
And Paige Florio with that ball from about 25 yards out slots it right through two defenders looking for that striker moving forward. And Canessa Lewis not quite able to finish, but gets a good foot on it. And now she's got another opportunity for a cross here.
I think it's going to be just out. And she does manage to keep that one in.
Wow.
Very close play along the line on the far side of the field. 24 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. Both teams starting to heat up a little bit now. Still 0-0 score.
Cassidy Donaldson doing a fantastic job on both of those. We mentioned it before, but when you're a keeper, I mean, 75% of your job is just being in the right place, because if you can make yourself big, cut off the angle for the striker, and give him nothing to shoot at, then you don't even have to dive. You're just in the right spot. And that's the last 2 times they've had shots on goal. She's been right there, ready and waiting.
That's exactly right. It's a positioning position, as redundant as that sounds.
Yes, that was
But it
redundant.
really is. It's a game of angles. When you are the goalkeeper, you're trying to shut off the angle. You have the near post, you have the far side, and there's a whole different dynamic that goes into that than any other position on the field. Long ball. Getting in front of it, though, was Smalley. That one got through. That could have been problematic for the Buffaloes. Toss back in overhead. Sitting at midfield and awaiting that one was Lubanko.
And Lubanko had substituted in, giving Lennox Peterson a rest, number 2. And same thing, Coach Peterson pulling her over and having a few words, you know, just adjusting things here and there, a little coaching. And I'm sure she'll get a rest and then go back in. Here we go.
Overhead, Brown is going to try and wrangle that one in. It's still bouncing a little bit. She's waiting for it to settle. Looks for the centering pass. No one is quite there, though. It'll be picked up by the defense of the Cougars. You hear some passenger seat driving from the stands below us.
Encouragement.
Yeah.
Positive encouragement.
Some vocal fans here today.
Touch. That's
and here we go.
Oh my gosh, what a beautiful touch by
Ostergaard to
Ostergaard.
Brown. Brown on the outside, looking for a cross to the middle. Set up, could not find the handle on that one, though, streaking down the middle. Some disappointed look on the faces of the forwards on Amador. That was a good play to set that up, Ostergaard to Brown.
And that was Jessica Becker at the top of the box. There's that rolling ball right at the top of the box, and if she was left-footed, she would have put that one up her V. Unfortunately, kind of rolled over her foot. I'm assuming she is not left-footed.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me, too. It just kind of caught the off foot. She wasn't quite ready for it. Otherwise, would have been a great opportunity.
Yeah, and both of these teams so far look very even. Wouldn't be surprised if we see this one go past 80 minutes.
Absolutely. This has been a very enjoyable game, very back and forth, very evenly matched. And no score to show of it quite yet, though, as we were at 21.5 minutes. Still in the first half of play. And Division 6, it's all on the line.
This is it, no turning back. And you mentioned, it's been an exciting game so far, even though it's 0-0, and you got to credit both the defenses. For the Cougars, Brenna Lombardi, Gabby Rodarte, Natalie Allen, and Lizzie Merrill in front of their keeper, Ashley Klein, just doing a fantastic job thus far.
Roberts crossed one into the middle, though, could not be picked up. Florio, though, manages to recover it, gets it to a forward, going down the far line. That'll be Hickey. Crossover, bounces away. Looks like Amador is going to come up with it. I believe that was Ostergaard picking that one off. You can tell why the coach thinks she's such a special player. There's some contact made.
And that seemed like it was going to be a good opportunity for the Cougars. Stifled on the other side by the defense of the Buffaloes, including Alex Garcia, Tressa Smalley, Hannah Schultes, and Shania Bennett in front of the keeper Cassidy Donaldson, who's put up the goose egg thus far. And we're going to have a free kick here on the little bit of contact right about midfield.
20 minutes left on the red-lettered clock. Ostergaard's going to head that one to her side. It's going to be Brown on the near side here. Goes back the other way. Christian being contested by Garcia on defense. It looks like it's going to come up on the right side, though, or rather the near side of the screen. That's Roberts looking for a cross. It's going to end up rolling all the way to the net. Lewis was coming in to strike on that one. Could not quite connect. Donaldson got out in front of her. Managed to suffocate that shot.
Good step by Ostergaard there to win that.
Ostergaard had it. Couldn't hold on to it, though. So it's going to go back the other way. Trying to set up on the outside. Looks like that's Hickey.
And Lauren Hickey has been given a lot of space out there. I know it's on the far side of the field. Tough for us to judge how much space she has, but it seems like they're kind of giving her space to work, and she's got to be able to win plays like this, get the throw in or get a cross in to her teammates, which she's been able to do a few times. I think that's going to be a strong weapon for them on that far side.
Out goes Roberts for Capital Christian. In will come Emily Long, the captain. One of two captains on the Capital Christian squad.
And you get a foul call there on the defensive side of the Buffaloes. They're going to get a free kick deep in their own 18.
So we're going to wind down to about 18 minutes left here. Still nothing. Kind of a dangerous placement right there. Nearly picked off by Long. Setting up from the back. Looks like Long's in front of it once again. Opportunity dribbles away, though, from Capital Christian. Ostergaard has it. She sets it up to Brown. Brown, if she can get in front of it, she's only got one in front of her. She's looking for the centering pass. There it is.
There she is.
To the far side opportunity. That is in. What a shot. What a setup, too, by Brown. Over to the far side.
And Catrice Brown really made that play happen. She took it all the way from midfield, and she deserves it. She's taking a quick break on the field now, putting her hands on her knees. She is just exhausted out there, and she's going to get a sub and some water. She earned it. And Catrice Brown with the assist.
It'll be Lebenko that put that one away.
Yeah, the sub. And it's funny because Brown was asking for a sub earlier, and Coach said, no, you leave it all out there. And she said, all right, well, let me go put in a sweet cross so I can get a break. And then Lebenko, who went in just a few minutes ago on a substitution, I mean, just great coaching, you got to say, and well done on the execution by Lebenko. Not a lot of players can take that poise and that calm, place it far post like that for the first strike of this afternoon's match.
So it's going to be 1-0 lead now. Amador will lead Capital Christian. Buffaloes come out with a goal in the first half of play here. About 16 minutes left on the clock. So that goal scored at about the 17-minute mark. And like we said, what a great crossover, great setup there, and an opportunity like that. That's a golden egg. You got to take advantage of it.
And they did.
Overhead toss. Amador puts it back in. Looks like this one's going to go all the way back to the goalie. Cassidy Donaldson, junior goalkeeper for Amador. She's going to look to the far side. That'll be Westjohn, I believe.
And she's the one who substituted in for Brown, making an early impact out there.
A lot of play up in the air. Finally settles down now. Ostergaard's going to punt that one down deep. She can get the head on that almost.
That was Lebenko again.
Lebenko, definitely some contact made. A little bit slow to get up was Alyssa Holmes. She's up now, though. Looks like she's adjusting her shin guards out there. Looks to be okay, though. This one punted up sky high. That'll dribble back out.
And I'm pretty impressed. I mean, we mentioned at the beginning of this game the kind of high-octane back-and-forth play that we saw. Kind of still waiting for this game to settle in, and we're past the 25-minute mark. We've been playing for a while now, and they're still going after it. Neither of these teams waiting for that kind of to settle into play because this is their game.
Absolutely. It's Natalie Allen who's going to toss that one in. Goes right back to her. Uh-oh, player's getting around her. It's Westjohn. Looks like she's going to try and keep that one in. That will go out of bounds, though. Strong challenge from Allen to keep Westjohn from accessing that ball.
Yeah, good defense, doing all she could. Allen defending against Westjohn. She's got to be happy with that, getting the corner. And this is an opportunity that could really be taken advantage of. Get a good, strong, in-swinging ball right about the 6-yard box to an on-running Ostergaard or potentially Alyssa Holmes to punch it in the back of the net.
Yep, these can be game changers. Look at this kick from the corner here. Up. Can't quite make it to the center. It is kicked away by the defense. Westjohn with the opportunity, though. It is gotten in front of, though. Good play there by Lombardi to get in front of that ball. She saved the shot opportunity there. Tossed in by Bennett. Going to go to the middle. Defensively kicked away behind the net.
My goodness. She threw that from about the 25-yard line all the way to the 6-yard box. And that's going to be something we're going to see more of from Shania Bennett. Coming up from the defensive side on these long throws, and then they turn into corner kicks like this. This is an opportunity for the Buffaloes now to increase their lead, and the Cougars really got to get this out.
Corner kick can't quite connect. Westjohn takes a whack at it, though. It's going to dribble over towards midfield. Here's an opportunity. Keeper's going to come out and scoop that one up just in time. That was Klein that got the best of that shot, rolling in her direction.
Good vision by Garcia to put that ball in, though.
12 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. Coins were starting to fall in the favor of Amador for a while there. They had some solid opportunities, not to mention the goal they put up. Buffalo still up 1-0 with 12 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, the Cougars let too many of those opportunities get too close to the goal with those corners and the throw-in. If they're going to clear the ball, they've got to clear it out of there. Everybody push up and start the attack instead of these weak clearances that come right back.
Chance for the Cougars that rolls down. They're not even going to take a chance at it, though, when they see Donaldson heading out for it. And she's going to give it a big boot. Lands right around the 50-yard line. Goes right back to the other keeper now. It's keeper to keeper out here on the field. Another big boot.
Nice touch.
That was a good touch. Placed perfectly down right towards midfield. Going to go back the other way. It's going to roll out of bounds, though. 11 minutes on that clock.
These girls have to be exhausted. The ball just went from the Amador side all the way to the other keeper, and the Cougars came all the way back. Now we're back in the Amador side and deep in the defense here. I don't know how these girls can keep this pace up.
Yeah, luckily, though, it is not too warm out there today. It's a nice temperature, because if it's a hot day, you can end up running into some hydration problems.
Right.
Ball's going to go up. Donaldson's going to have to reach up for it. Luckily, she's about a foot taller than Emily Long, who was coming after that as well. She was able to grab it right over Long's head, right on top of her.
And good aggressive play by Long. She just got to be a little careful, keep a little more control of herself, because she ran right into Donaldson, and she's got a foot on Long, but she's also kind of like running into a brick wall. You could tell she wasn't even fazed by that, and Long kind of bounced off of her. She's strong back there.
Far side of the field, about midway. We've got 9:40 left on the clock. This ball's going to go looping upwards. See if they can get to it. Almost a chance there. Kicked away by the defense of Capital. Good play, though, to apply pressure. That was Alyssa Holmes, I believe. Doing a good job for Amador to keep the pressure on here. About 9 minutes left on the clock. Still that 1-0 lead by the Buffalo. First half of play.
And Morgan Powell of the Cougars is going to go take a break, as Lindsay Rooney is going to come in and try to do some damage up top.
Emily Long looking for some compadres to pass to. Gets it over to Paige Florio. She can't quite hold on to it, though. It's going to roll out of bounds. Buffaloes are going to toss this one in. It's going to go up header. Looks like Bennett got a head on that. Goes right towards the center of the field, though. Now Ostergaard, she's going to have a chance. She gives it over to Westjohn. Westjohn, she's got some competition from Allen. Ostergaard has it again, though. She's going to send it back. Went to Delicio Parker, who is still out there. Ostergaard, she's got Westjohn, who crosses over right in the center. Couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Westjohn comes up with it again, though, on the near side of the screen. It's kicked out by Allen. That's going to be an opportunity now for Amador.
And good pressure by the Buffaloes there. They lost the ball a few times, but really didn't give the Cougars a chance to clear it or get possession of the ball.
Got some exuberant fans down there, John Henry.
Hey, they're excited for this game, and you know how parents get.
Nope. Sent it over to the middle. Looks like nothing will come of it, though, except Westjohn manages to just get a blooper over the defense there. Easily picked up by Ashley Klein, though. She's going to give this one the big boot. Goes all the way down. Not a bad placement whatsoever. Almost had a player go away with it. That would have been Rooney off to the races. Back into midfield, Ostergaard. Trying to get over to Westjohn. Goes back the other way now to Capital Christian. A lot of tick-tock back and forth. Streaking in from the backfield, that'll be Houston. That effort goes for naught, though, as it's recovered, though, by the Buffalo. Looks like Westjohn's trying to get this one again. Allen keeps putting up really tough competition for Westjohn. They've been at each other all game, as long as Westjohn's been in.
And it's been about 50-50. Some of the time Westjohn's able to get the cross off or deflect it for a corner, and the other 50% of the time Allen's able to stand her up and, like there, win the throw-in.
Yeah, that was a fun matchup. Brown's going to come in for Westjohn now, though. Brown, who we saw with that excellent assist earlier to set up Lubanko.
And Allen's really got her hands full. I mean, now she's got a fresh legs of Brown coming at her after trying to put up with Westjohn. She's really got a lot of work to do, and she's doing a fantastic job on this right side of the defense.
She's been an anchor position for her team here today. Poked away. Here's an opportunity now. It's going to be Emily Long. A couple defenders on her, though. Manages to keep it to her teammate. That's Becca Long. Looks like the Buffalo defense is going to manage to wrangle that one. They're going to keep it outside, though. So they're going to be able to throw it back in. 5.5 minutes left on the clock. Buffalo still with a 1-0 lead over the Cougars.
Good opportunity here as we see Allen now going out to get a break. You don't see that a whole lot, taking defenders out, especially when they're doing so well. But I think Coach Armburst kind of realized that she might have just been tired. She needs a little bit of a break. Maybe sit out the rest of the half and then go 40 minutes for the second half.
Definitely a yeoman's effort by her. This one's going to bounce back out, though.
And a great opportunity here for the Cougars to even up the score just before half on this corner kick. And again, they're probably going to go for that. No, it looks like she's right foot, so they're going to go for the out-swinging ball away from the keeper.
Lewis from the near corner goes way up, crosses all the way over. Couple kicks on it. It looks like the Buffalo are going to come up with it, though. Managed to stifle that corner kick. Brown's coming up, though. She just kicks it way down the field. See if her player can get to it.
She was looking for Lubenko there again. That Brown-Lubenko connection that we saw work out so well for them, and that's why they have this lead. It's going to be a throw-in for the Buffaloes. Still marching down that field.
4 minutes on the clock. There's Ostergaard. Kicked right back out of play, though, to right about the same position as before. Controlling it is going to be Bennett. She takes it in a little bit. She's got Lubenko on the outside. Crosses over to the middle. Brown can't quite connect to the shot. Chasing after it.
Great connection there from Shania Bennett, who played that ball to Lubenko, who forwarded it on, trying to return the favor to Brown. Not quite able to get that shot onto goal.
Yeah, Holmes was chasing after it too, couldn't quite connect to it. Here's Ostergaard. She's got Brown. Takes a long pass, looking for Lubenko, coming up for it. That's going to be kicked away easily from Delicio Parker.
And this is a similar situation. It's just the Buffaloes not letting this ball out of that defensive third of the Cougars. Cougars got to get this ball out.
Good throw in.
And instead they give away a corner. They've got to do a better job clearing the ball.
Taking it is going to be Lubenko.
Paige Workman is going to check in for Amador. And Shania Bennett, who we just saw on that play, is going to take a rest.
Lubenko's kick from the near corner. Not too strong a kick. It's going to go past everyone, it appears. Long has it now for Capital Christian. She's going to take it all the way back the other way. Makes it to about midfield. Comes back now, Lubenko on the far side. Back up the middle. That ball just kicked right back to the other team. Cross up the middle, see if she can get there. There's Long. There was also Rooney coming in for it. Neither one of them can quite come up with it. Applying some pressure with, looks like we're in extra time now on the clock. Cougars, a couple more chances while they can take them to even this one up. Toss back out of play. That's Hickey throwing this one back in. We're in extra time now in the first half of play.
And they're looking for a big throw here. They know that the time is just about out, and they're pressuring the defense here, putting everybody in the box, and here's the long throw.
Goes up high. Gets a foot on it. We're the Buffaloes, and Brown's going to take it right back the other way. She's got one in front of her. See if she can make a move here.
Good D.
Good play, good read, and good job not getting too excited and misplaying that one. That was the defenseman, Houston. Brown comes up with it again. Houston stops her, though. Houston doing a good job backstopping her team on defense.
And Kiara Houston was the one to beat, and Brown couldn't quite get around her.
Ball gets past Houston this time. Two defenders there, though. Ostergaard making a strong play on that one. Not relenting with extra time on the clock remaining here. Far side of the field, striking back the other way now are the Cougars. That one misplayed. I think two players could have gone at that. Both thought the other one was going to do it, so it ends up in no man's land. It's taken right back down the field the other way by the Buffaloes. Scooped up, though, now by Klein.
Again, Lubanko looking for that through ball. She's already got one goal, but she'd be okay getting one or two more.
Long's going to come up with it. Trying to set something up here, possibly, if she can get there in time. Not quite, though. Looks like that was Rooney who had a chance at that one. Donaldson went out of her nest, though, to get to that one before Rooney could. Tells her player to go. That was Houston. Send it over to Long. Becca Long, that is. Goes back, recovered by Ostergaard in midfield. You're going to look to set something up here. Limited time left on the clock. Kicked out of bounds on the far side, right around the 30-yard line, though.
Referee's checking his clock. You've got to think there's just seconds left here.
Yeah, there can't be much. There's Ostergaard who has it. It's going to roll slowly out of bounds, though. Capital's going to get a kick on it. They're going to go ahead and blow that whistle. So that's going to conclude the first half of play here. This is Division VI Women's Soccer Championships in the Sac-Joaquin section. The Amador Buffaloes maintain a 1-0 lead over the Capital Christian Cougars. Back in a moment here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. Amador's in white. They are on the left side of your screen, streaking towards the right. They're kicking off right now. Capital Christian, they're in blue, so they'll be on the right heading towards your left. Capital Christian have possession at the moment. Looks like it's going to go to Canessa Lewis. She's going to cross over to the middle, gets a header. Looks like that was Rooney who got her head on it. She has it now. They're going to take a shot right off the draw. What a save. Whoa. Welcome back. Cassidy Donaldson, a diving one-handed stop by her. Manages to keep this a 1-0 game.
And that has hands down been the save of the game. Donaldson diving to her right, our left, and just making an incredible save to keep this lead at 1.
Lewis kicking it in from the near corner. Travels through everybody. Goes to the far side. It's booted away. Looks like it's going to go right back towards Amador's defensive zone. Lewis has it, sends it back, sent right back the other day.
What a ball.
Pass. She even get there in time. Donaldson just kicks that one way defensively. That would have been Rooney who had a good opportunity to get there. Just a little out of her reach, though, maybe one or two steps.
You couldn't have walked that ball over and put it in a better spot. Fantastic ball. I believe that was Lizzie Merrill who put that ball in from the defensive side all the way into the 6-yard box.
Lewis, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Capital Christian really putting on the pressure here, not letting that ball out of the Amador defensive zone.
Yeah, they're coming out swinging here early on. They looked a little flat at the end of the first half there. We're in the second half of play. Anything goes. 1-0 lead still by the Buffaloes. 38 minutes on the clock. Still coming on strong is Capital Christian. It's going to get sent back all the way to their defensive zone, though. They're trying to establish themselves here, set something up. A couple good chances early on in the second half of play for them. Though Amador doing a good job keeping it back in the Capital Christian defensive zone right now. 37 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and really the pace from the first half is carried over right into the second half here without even batting an eyelash. I mean, end-to-end action. The Capital Christian Cougars, I feel like they've really got to put one of those chances away that they had minutes ago, because these chances are few and far between for both sides. Amador are able to capitalize on their chance so far.
They got next door though. Next door.
Amador's brought quite the crowd with them, John Henry. They're a vocal bunch down there.
Yeah, they're getting their money's worth, that's for sure, and they're letting everybody else know it. It's got to be so fun though as a player. I mean, I remember when I was in high school, you're playing and the stands are full. Your parents are there, your friends are there, and you're just having a good time.
Having to come out and play that one is Ashley Klein, the keeper for Capital. Some pressure being applied from Amador. Goes right back the other way though. Good job keeping that one in. It looks like it's going to go up almost all the way to the goal. Another shot. That one's going to go way over and to the side. Actually over by the Play on Sports banner. That's over behind Amador's net. Keeper's going to take a kick. Lands right around the 45.
Yikes.
Big boot. Those can actually be tricky to play. It's coming in at that sort of angle.
Right, the angle, the spin on the ball, and then this little wind that we have kind of picks up and dies down from time to time. So those shots, I mean, that's 2 in a row from pretty far out. Not the highest percentage shots, but if they can continue to crack away from outside the 18, that's going to open up some good opportunities for them.
Mm-hmm. And 100% of the shots you don't take don't go in.
Exactly.
Right around midfield in the 50-yard line, right in the dead center by the Trojan logo.
And a little second half change here of interest. Allen for the Cougars, who have been playing right defense, has moved up, and she's playing striker now, trying to get a little bit of her speed and skill on the ball kind of involved in the offense, as opposed to holding down the fort on the defensive side.
Yeah, good call, John Henry. She was great on defense earlier when she matched up against Brown. She also had some great matchups with Brown's replacement. That was Lauren Westjohn, who's also doing an excellent job along the side.
Yeah, she had her hands full, that's for sure. And now she's being asked to score a goal for him. I mean, what an opportunity.
Doing everything out there. A woman of many hats.
Uh-oh.
Here's an opportunity now. Brown, she's got one open on the side and decides to take it in herself. Manages to come up with the save somehow. That's Ashley Klein, who sprawled out to get that one. It went off her hands, ended up on her back, but she still managed to hold on to it. Good shot, though, from Brown. Probably better to, she had two people covering up the lane in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than go for that pass, she just takes it herself. I think that was a smart read on that play.
I think so, too. And now early, we're only less than 7 minutes in. We've seen two great chances, one for Amador, one for Capital Christian, and both chances squandered by their respective keepers, Klein and Donaldson. Who's going to strike? Who's going to finish? That will be the question here, because a 2-0 lead or a 1-1 tie is a very different monster, different animal.
Yeah, and these are two evenly matched teams. I mean, I think this is the best matchup we've seen so far today of the two games. These teams really stack up nicely, especially in the second half. They're both looking right on par with one another.
And that high octane still in effect here.
They're certainly gassing each other out there. 32.5 minutes. Buffalo still with the 1-0 lead over Capital Christian. The Cougars are coming back right now, though. That ball just out of reach. Allen's going to try and send it over, though. Picked up by Donaldson. Actually rolled out of bounds before Donaldson got there, so she's going to take a kick. Solid kick Lands at about the 39. Comes right back at her, though. From the side setup. Here's a chance, and that is going to go in. Look at that. Set up perfectly by Roberts, and it ends up being Paige Florio who puts that one away. So this game's all tied up 1-1 now. Cougars even up with the Buffalo with 31 minutes. About 40 seconds left on that clock.
And a game of high octane. Capital Christian. The Cougars finally finding the back of that net, getting it past Cassidy Donaldson. Really nothing she could do about that. Just a beautiful ball from Rachel Roberts, who didn't just get the ball and play it across. She had to win that ball from the opposing team, take it down the line, beat someone, play it across. I mean, that goal was as nice as on the other side, the Catrice Brown assist. That was just as nice as an assist from Roberts. Just a fantastic job, and she gets the glory there on the assist, and we're all knotted up at 1. New game.
Whole new game. 30 minutes, 50 seconds left on that clock. What a goal. Both these teams playing so hard, so well right now. And here's another opportunity, this time for Amador. Big boot's going to go wide unless she can keep that one in. Not quite. Good effort, though. Trying to wrangle that one in. I think that was actually Lebanco on the side there. Yeah, it was Lebanco. Ball just out of reach, but otherwise a good opportunity for Amador.
And I think the way this game is going, you've got to imagine that the next goal is going to be, well, obviously a big goal, but I think what's going to happen is if one of these teams scores just beyond the goal, they're going to end up playing a little more defense. Maybe drop one of their strikers back and play defense, add that extra body in the back there, and try to limit the other team's offense.
Both teams looking for the go-ahead. It comes back to Allen the other way, though. Allen's actually got quite a bit of speed. Lost along the side by Rachel Roberts.
Roberts again trying to work that line and get that ball across.
She'll get to throw this one back in, though. Deep in the far corner. Looks like Amador's good job keeping that one not going past the back line, but off the sideline, so it's going to be tossed in overhead rather than the corner kick. Right back in, headed out. I think Brown has it now. Capital Christian deciding what to do with it along the side was Rachel Roberts.
Unable to clear still, and this is becoming a problem for Amador, clearing that ball.
Allen was trying to set it up to Lewis. Lewis just a bit ahead of her, though.
It's going to head out of bounds. Almost lucky for Amador because that's the second or third time this half that they've tried to clear the ball and just haven't gotten good wood on the ball to clear it out far enough. And that poses a lot of threats because you're giving the opposing team so many extra opportunities. It's like getting an offensive rebound in basketball.
Brown has it going the other way. She's got one challenging her. Pokes it away, though. Great job there. That was Lombardi shutting down Brown. Brown's got a lot of speed, too, so good job by her. It's still staying in the far corner, though. No one can clear it. Ostergaard has it. She goes back towards the middle. That one defensively kicked away. Solid job, and she's going to come back and pick it up the other way, too. That's Roberts. Good play defensively. Getting set up offensively, though. It's a foot race if she can get there. Goes in hard. Stood up, though. That was Schultez. Just back and forth, isn't it, John Henry?
I know. It's like we're trying to figure out what to commentate on, and there's something happening every second. It's just the play-by-play is exciting enough.
Absolutely. 27 minutes, 38 seconds, and we are all tied 1-1. And this game is really starting to heat up. It's heating a fever pitch. Thrown back in overhead.
Amador got to clear this ball, and they're going to get bailed out on the whistle there. Foul called against the Cougars, coming in on a dangerous play with those cleats up. One of the rules that's in effect, because it's tough to play soccer without the cleats, but you don't want to use them as a weapon or in a dangerous
you don't want to use them
manner.
offensively.
Right. Offensively is okay. Just don't. Not offensively.
Ball's going to trickle away. It's in Capital Christian's defensive zone. Good kick. Actually stays in. Yeah. Well, no,
Almost.
I guess they did call it. It looked pretty good to me, but
that referee's a little closer than we are, so.
Yeah, he's got a better view. And a lot more experience.
This is true.
Right around midfield. Kicked forward for Allen. If Allen can get there. She is taken down, stays on her feet, and it goes wide.
I don't know how she popped up so quickly after that hard tackle.
Yeah, that was Smalley that went down to get in front of her. But she definitely landed on her feet, it appeared. Ball goes wide either way, though, but another good opportunity by Capital Christian.
And you see why Coach Armbrust moved Allen up to the offense there to get a little extra spark, and that almost paid off for him there.
Yeah, she's got a lot of speed. She's real aggressive on the ball, too.
Mm-hmm.
She's not afraid of making contact. Header up around midfield by Brown. She's going to try and wrangle this one, Ed. Get offensive spark started. Couldn't quite come up with it, though. Goes back defensively. Chance by Capital City is wiped out, but they're going to bring it back in once again. It's headed forward a little bit. Doesn't look like Capital Christian is going to be able to get there. We are in Sacramento. Near Sacramento.
We are. This is true. And still both teams here, it's still the question, who's going to strike and take the lead here?
Here's a chance if they can set something up. Defensive. Capital Christian manages to get back, though. Ostergaard still playing. Gets it to the far side. Contact there made on Garcia. It's going to go out of bounds. They're going to throw it in. Nope, excuse me. Keeper's going to get a kick on it. 24 minutes, 15 seconds left on that clock. We're still knotted up at 1-1.
And as this team, Andrew, as this game, gets closer to the 80-minute mark, I'm not sure. There's kind of two ways it could go. It could kind of go with both teams kind of digging in defensively and really being strong, and maybe each team dropping somebody back and pushing for the overtime. But the other option is this high-octane kind of game that they're playing. They can kind of take it to the next level and say, all right, I can go faster than you. We can do this even higher octane than we've been doing, and trying to put one away and finish this game. And at this point, it looks like Capital Christian is trying to really put one away and take the lead. And Amador right now, still, they're kind of on their heels a little bit, kind of grinding a little more defensively, I feel like.
I agree. There's a lot of different ways this one can go, but the way these teams are playing right now, it seems like they're just going full tilt.
Right.
Exhaustion may be a factor coming soon, though. And you're right, that might be where they dig in a little bit more. Play more of a conservative game. You don't want to yield the lead with limited time left on the clock, but at the same time, you want to get into the lead. And it's hard to do that if you're not taking chances.
And as soon as you said that, it mentioned exhaustion. Two new subs come in, Morgan Powell and Lauren Gill for Capital Christian, trying to get some fresh legs out there.
Capital Christian setting up the Cougars. It's been a while since they've been on the offensive side of the ball. We're at 22.5 minutes. They're deep into the far corner. Beats a defender, though. Opportunity. See if defense can get there. Allen trying to make a strike on it. Can't quite get there. It's kicked away. Another good opportunity, though, by Capital Christian.
That's going to come off of Capital Christian. It's going to be Amador throw. Excuse me. The other way around.
Ooh.
A pinball.
Tick-tock goes the clock. 22 minutes now. Cougars not letting up. They're really trying to put another one on the board. Taking chances. Playing hard offensively. This one's going to get booted out, though. Nearly into the trash can, actually, which would be a bonus point.
This is the championship, so no bonus points are allowed, however.
Oh, my mistake.
And we're going to get 2 new pairs of legs here coming in for Amador. And it's going to be Westjohn and Alyssa Holmes. Kind of tit for tat there.
Yeah, it's Peterson that's coming out. Looks like Brown's going to come out as well.
She's going to get her breather that she's earned.
She's a grinder, too. You see her, she goes full tilt.
Yep. And as the opportunities here, Coach Armbrust is going to sub as well, as Allen's going to come out and take a rest. She won't be out for long. Can't imagine.
She's been a useful player for the Cougars.
And Rachel Roberts, who had that great assist, is coming back in. So she's now a threat in blue. Speaking of threats.
Here it comes from the far side. Shot is up and picked off. Klein getting that one. Really tough angle for the shooter, but Klein managing to wrangle that one in.
And that was Westjohn, the fresh legs. As soon as she gets in there, she makes an impact. Got the shot on target, just right at the keeper.
Quick give and go. Nothing's going to come of it, though. In fact, it's going to go back the other way. A lot of back and forth here right now. 20 minutes exactly on the clock. Second half of play, still 1-1. Anybody's ball game at this point. Making several strong plays on the outside is Morgan Powell for the Cougars.
You said it, back and forth. Both these teams just grinding out the playing 30-30 right now.
Grinding it out, I think that's a good way to describe it. I believe that's Long who has it now, Emily Long. She's going to get it to the middle of play. Sharp angle. Can't quite keep it in. It's like that was Lauren Gill who tried to give it off to another player. Couldn't hold on to it, though.
She was looking for that little through ball to Rachel Roberts. Referee on the far side caught her behind the defense for offsides. But if you're Lauren Gill, I think in that situation you've got to pull the trigger. You've got a good angle. You've got a shot to take.
Here's Lewis with an opportunity. Comes out, makes the save. Donaldson. She has a pair of spectacular saves in this game.
My goodness,
that was one of them.
She is keeping this Amador team in the running, and it's still knotted up at 1 because of Donaldson. 2 fantastic saves, as you mentioned.
Absolutely. She's kept her team in this game just by the force of those 2 saves. Clear breakaways otherwise.
Right.
Excellent job playing keeper for her squad. 18 minutes, 15 seconds.
Here we go back the other way now.
Opportunity the other way now. Looks like it might just get away from her, though. That was Westjohn. She had Erickson coming up the middle.
Such a luxury to have a player like Westjohn to come off the bench. You really don't lose anything between her and Brown. They just work that left side. And as a right defender, you've got to be a little sick of it at this point, aren't you?
Absolutely, and I think that's what separates a great team from a good team is the strength of the bench players, the kind of role players that you have.
Right.
And Westjohn's definitely one of them.
Especially at this pace. I mean, you're playing, you're going 100%. You've got to be able to give these girls a rest at some point.
Wow, a lot of contact right there. 3 players go down. They will whistle that. Play picks right back up, though. And just to stay in, Capital Christian Ends up losing it in the middle. They recover it, though. Now down the far side. Picked off in the middle smartly by Schultez. That could have otherwise been a pretty good opportunity for Capital Christian. 17 minutes, 1-all.
Both these teams have to be careful. There's been, that one last touch, that final pass that's almost there just in the past few minutes for both teams. Got to be careful when they're attacking. As soon as they lose the ball, they've got to get back on defense, because that counterattack is what's going to be the difference in this game. Who can get behind that defense, get more players up before they get back and finish one.
It's going to be a throw-in now.
Big throw.
Lewis, good job placing that one in the middle. Couldn't really connect with anyone, though. Uh-oh, given away to Lewis again. Stake defensively by Amador. They're going to cover that one, though. It's going to go right back the other way. Chance to center it. Couldn't quite connect. It was Erickson, though. She was looking for someone in the middle. Couldn't quite find it, though. So now we're down to 15 minutes and 45 seconds. Still 1-all. Division 6 title on the line. Play is up into the goal. And that's going to go. Just like that, a bit of a misplay by Ashley Klein. And that's going to cost them. So now it's a 2-1 lead. Buffaloes take a lead over the Cougars.
And what an amazing cross there by the Seattle-bound Madison Ostergaard. She's been a little quieter this second half, but they're receiving the throw-in and just getting enough space to put the perfect touch on that ball. If she would have chipped it too high, too far, it would have gone too far. And if she would have hit it too hard, it would have stayed too low and the keeper would have got it. She puts it at the perfect height, so the keeper just thinks she can get a hand on it, slips over through her fingers, and now all of a sudden falls into the back net. I'm not sure who gets the credit on that goal, because there was another Amador player who kind of punched it in. Not sure if it was across the line or not, but Ostergaard really making that goal happen for her squad. And the Buffaloes, as you mentioned, 2-1.
Yeah, hard to tell who's going to get final credit for that, but either way, you're right, the effort from Ostergaard. Outstanding, and just sort of a misplay there by Klein.
Mm-hmm.
She had her hands on it but couldn't hold on to it exactly, and that's a tough one to swallow.
Here we go again.
Here we go, another opportunity down the line. It's going to be Lubenko. She has to go out wide. Puts it softly. She couldn't quite get the cross. Kind of a weak attempt there, but 14 minutes left on the clock. 2-1 Buffaloes. This could be another one here. Ostergaard, she's going to send it forward. 2 players on it.
What a save. My goodness.
Klein had to come out and challenge for that one with 2 players coming at her.
Yeah.
That's brave to put your body in that position.
And she really didn't hesitate. She went right after the ball, went right through the players. And when you see 2 trains coming at you like that, usually you don't step in front of them and try to take them out. But she did a great job there, Klein, saving a goal.
Houston on the far side. It's going to get lost, though, and go back the other way. Amador, looks like they might have another opportunity here. It's going to be Lubenko. She's looking for the cross. Gets to the offside of Holmes. She's going to take the shot. Wow, right at the post. Klein's going to get in front of it. It looks like she might have made contact with the post, though. She went down pretty hard.
And from this angle, it did look like she dove and just hit her head right on that post. And, I'm just looking at the field now, and behind the net on both sides is an extra goal. And on your left side on the screen, they're using the new upgraded, it's got the round posts. And on the right side, we're using the old square post. And that's, I think that's something that really needs to be addressed, not only for the safety of the players as, point in case right here, but
that's going to affect how the ball plays off of it.
Exactly. And I did not notice that until right now. And it's really unfortunate that this has come to be a part of the game in a situation like this, but hopefully she can shake this off and you know, redeem that role, continue to play that role as a goalie.
Fortunately, still down. That's the captain, Ashley Klein. So we'll take a quick pause here. So we're going to have an extended period of extra time, which works to our disadvantage because we don't have a way of keeping track of that through the scoreboard here. Either way, backup keeper comes in for Capital Christian. It looks like it might be freshman Madison Powell who is stepping in. Corner kick now for Amador. Comes in, it's going to get away. Capital Christian charging after it, though. It's going to roll away from them here, so back in with Amador.
And we'll keep an eye on that far side of the field where Ashley Klein is taking a seat in the shade. It doesn't look like she's getting any medical attention at the moment. They're sorting it out, but she's kind of rubbing her head a little bit. They got some ice up there. So we'll keep you updated on her situation, but good to see her off the field on her own power, and we hope her the best. So we're going to continue on with this game now. That's something to play for, huh?
Yeah, you never ever want to see anything like that.
Right.
But especially a girl like her who is a leader on this team, a captain. Just a bad series of events. The way game continues here, Division 6 is on the line. So Capital Christian is going to control in midfield. Taken back down the side was Allen. Allen back in this game. She was defensive stalwart for her team early on, then switched over in the second half to offense and has done a great job on both sides of the ball. We do enter into extra time now. As I mentioned, as a precautionary note, it's going to be a while, so keep that in mind here. Anybody's game. It's been a tough contest back and forth, especially in the second half here. I'm sorry, go ahead, John Henry.
Oh, no, that's fine. And since that last goal, we've had a lot of opportunities like this for Amador because Capital Christian is really pushing up. They understand that if they're going to lose by 1, it might as well be by 2 or 3. But if they've got the opportunity to move an extra defender up into the midfield or forward area, they're going to do that. So that's what they've done. And at the same time, Amador has kind of dropped one person back to the defensive side, and they're going to try to really just dig their cleats in and hold down that back fort and let a couple offensive strikers run up ahead.
Powell gets her first action of the game, makes a save. Crossover from Ostergaard. Looks like she was looking for Brown on the far side. Over in the center of the field, it's going to go now deep into the corner on Amador's side. Yeah, a little bit of contact made. So it'll be kick now. Donaldson. She'll be kicking from the corner of the crease. Substitution for Amador. Out goes Paige Workman. In will come Shania Bennett.
And then on the other side as well, Kiara Houston taking a rest, and Lauren Hickey getting some more time out there.
Opportunity on the run. It was kind of a awkward angle. She was coming in with a lot of speed too. Lewis. Her shot will go wide. Donaldson doesn't even have to make a play on that one. As I mentioned, 2-1 game. Extra time.
And if I had to guess, I'd say there's still about maybe 10 minutes left in this one, maybe 8.
Yeah, quite a bit of time left. Brown streaking on the far side. Connects to the middle. It's going to be a slow rolling shot. Madison Powell will have no problem picking that one up. Looked like she didn't get all that she wanted on that shot. Hit a little bit awkwardly off her foot. Right back the other way, though. Roberts trying to control that one.
We've talked about the age of this Capital Christian team. A lot of the freshmen, sophomores, only 2 seniors playing today. And to kind of capitalize on that point, Madison Powell, the freshman, stepping in, got some big shoes to fill. Size 16 shoes to fill. Not a small job. She's stepped up so far and filled those shoes quite nicely. So this is a big challenge for her, but some great experience for a freshman in a game like this.
Big toss overhead. No one there to receive it, though. Lebenko's going to go after it. Manages to come up with it. She's right along the side of the net. Can't connect with anyone, though. It's going to go right back the other way. Capital Christian, the Cougars, can't quite hold on to it. Right back the other way, Lebenko, if she can get there. She got one in front of her. Lebenko's going to have it now along the sideline. Actually, no, sorry, they're going to go with the Cougars for that one as the last touch. Right in the middle, Ostergaard can't come up with it. A lot of pressure to keep this ball in the offensive zone by Amador. There's Ostergaard. Ball easily caught by Powell at about chest height. Booted right back down now. Midfield, that pass was intended for Canessa Lewis. Did not quite make it to her, though. So it's going to be Amador's ball now.
And Powell's doing a great job. Every time she gets that ball on the punt, she finds blue shirts about midway up the field, and that's a strong start to an offensive attack when she can get it to her teammates.
Lebenko's got a lot of speed, and they keep looking for her on the near side here. I think they like that matchup with her on the side against the Capital Christian defense.
And Shania Bennett now pushing up to take this throw in, the big throw as we know.
Goes in, header towards the net.
Got to clear it, and they do.
Defense manages to keep it out. Oh, through the tweeners there.
What a ball.
She can make the cross here. Brown almost makes it in herself. That only missed by a couple inches there. I don't think she was trying to. Maybe she was just trying to post it on the far side, but it looks like she might have been going for the cross. Either way, game of inches.
Yeah, that was a great look there. I'll have to agree with you on that one. She was looking for the on-running teammate and just couldn't quite get the hips around to cut it back quite far enough. Just out of the reach of the keeper and just wide of the goal.
Erickson comes in for Holmes for the Buffaloes. Still in extra time here. Buffalo are up 2-1 over the Cougars. We are in extra time. I imagine we still have a couple minutes here at least. So we had an extended
about 4 minutes, yeah.
Extended injury. Up over the head of the Cougars. Couldn't hold on to that one. Contact is made. It's going to roll out. So from the side, it looks like that's going to be Lauren Hickey. Actually, no, they're going to give the kick now. That'll be Canessa Lewis. It's a good opportunity here for Capital Christian. Just to the side of the net. Donaldson almost went out to make a play on that.
And just a quick update on Ashley Klein. Looked like, I'm assuming her parents took her to the car with two of the assistant coaches. They're probably going to go get her checked out. A couple people saw pointing to her head. She seems like she knocked it on the post there, and like we said, under her own power, left field, and she's going to go get that checked out, make sure she's okay.
It's going to come back now. Chance for Amador. Yeah, anything with the head, you're concerned about concussions. I don't want to speculate as to what happened, but anything like that, it's always better to be precautionary.
Yep, on the safe side.
Yeah, absolutely. Extra time here. Division 6 is on the line. Buffalo have a 2-1 lead. That might change right here. Opportunity for the Buffalo. Snuffed out, though, by Capital Christian. Cougars go back the other way. Oh, through the legs of Allen. If Westjohn can get there, looks like she does. She's going to look for the crossover. Could be an opportunity. Powell, oof, had her hands on it, dropped it a little bit, right in a dangerous area. Manages to come up with it, though. Powell's had a couple stops after having been called upon in a very clutch situation. Opportunity now. Looks like that was Lebenko. That shot didn't go where she wanted to place it.
And we got another maybe strategic substitution for Lebenko. Peterson will go in to replace her, and Lebenko's just got to be so winded and just got nothing left in the tank. She's been working out there, especially the last 10 minutes.
Absolutely. Utilizing that speed in the last few minutes here. Header up, Peterson. She is knocked down pretty heavily. Looks like that was Rodarte she collided with. Gonna be a corner kick now. Peterson just softly tosses it to her co-player there.
I like that idea.
Bennett.
Shania Bennett, you're right. I like that idea. If you don't play the short ball when nobody else is expecting it. And it looks like we're gonna have another sub here. Maybe trying to milk that clock a little bit from the near side. It's going to be Alyssa Holmes heading in for Annala Eriksson. Capital Christian now with the guy. They've got to take advantage of one of these opportunities before that time runs out.
Yeah, the opportunities are going to be less and less as time goes on. On the far side of the field. Foot race between Rodarte.
Good turn. This could be one of those chances here.
Looking to just drive that ball the other way. See if that pass can connect. It can, but it's going to slowly dribble away. Now it's right back the other way. Comes now Amador. Buffalo have Westjohn on the far side. Looping shot's going to go behind the net.
And speculating how much time is left. It's got to be under 2 minutes now, and this is really the time where Capital Christian has got to make their chances and take the bigger risk now. Push some more players up.
Yeah, it's all on the line at this point. You can tell they're playing with a sense of urgency right now.
And really nothing to lose. I mean, if Amador sneaks one in on a 2-on-1 or something like that, then you're almost okay with it because you're giving yourself the opportunity to score by putting your numbers up that high. And now
Absolutely.
Brown's coming in here from the near side, replacing Lauren Westjohn.
Close game here, very evenly matched. Amador, big overhead throw. Brown is on the far side. Ostergaard's going to take a shot. Oof. Very close opportunity there. It's scooped up by Powell. Powell certainly answered the call here. She called on in a clutch situation.
She really calmly collected that ball in a situation that seemed like it was a pretty close call, almost a 50-50 ball.
Comes out again, takes a big whack at that one. Capital Christian has not been putting kind of offense you would expect in the remaining time here. Well, here's an opportunity. I'll go ahead and eat crow on that one. They're pressing now. Ooh, kind of a misfire there from her own teammate. Here's a chance. They can come up with it. Can't quite do it. Looks like that opportunity is going to be shot away now by Amador. Overhead, though, now Capital Christian. They're going to throw it in deep right around the 12-yard line. That's punted deeply away. And that's going to be all she wrote. Just like that, Amador, the Buffaloes, they're going to finish this up 2-1. The final score, they're going to take down Capital Christian for the Division 6 Women's Soccer Championships in the Sac-Joaquin section. John Henry, what an exciting game.
It really never lost any of that high octane, back and forth, 100% sprints all the time throughout the last 80 minutes, and it's just unbelievable. Credit both teams being able to play like that. I've never seen a game quite like that, where there's never a lull, there's never a moment to breathe, and that was a fantastic game to watch both teams.
Absolutely. Lebenko got the first goal in the first half of play at about the 17-minute mark. Ostergaard, we're not sure exactly who gets credit for that goal. Put her team up 2-1. Florio got the one goal for the Cougars, but an evenly matched game, and Division 6 is going to belong to Amador High School. The Buffaloes are going to be the victorious team in this matchup. And for Play on Sports, I am Andrew Lockhart alongside John Henry. Robert Fields is here, as well as our cameraman Dan Stewart up on top. That's all we have for you for this game from Lincoln High School in Stockton, California. Thank you for listening to PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.